Democratic Party, DP, political party in Uganda. The Democratic Party, also known as Chama cha Kidemokrasia, DP in Swahili, is a moderate conservative political party in Uganda. DP was formed out of the religious and economic demographic that began to model politics in Buganda before Uganda got her independence. Buganda is Uganda's largest ethnic region and has influenced the country politics since the country was drawn up by the British colonial power. Before independence, Buganda had been visited by three key religious forces: the Roman Catholic, the Church of England, Protestant Christians, and Islam. They all fought very hard. To insert their influence in Buganda and Uganda. They built a powerful indigenous alliance with the king of Buganda, the 𝐾𝐞𝐦𝐨𝐵𝐾𝐿. In 1950s, the Protestants had achieved the most influence over 𝐾𝐶𝐽 of Buganda. The important factor that influenced Buganda politics at that time was the role of 𝐾𝐶𝐽 and how it should look like in independence Uganda. Buganda wanted to be the main players. They wanted autonomy, with 𝐾𝐶𝐽 as the symbol of Buganda's self-determination. The other part of Uganda wanted a unitary modern state out of national royalty. These ideas were shared by some of the Buganda elite, those who belong to the Catholic Church. The group then formed what has become the Democratic Party, DP. 𝐾𝐶𝐽 of Buganda was not very happy with the development. He considered the DP members as disloyal to his rule. He decided to form alternative popular party in Buganda, known as the 𝐾𝐶𝐽, the kings only. At that moment in time, they realized that they had little chance of winning support in Buganda. The DP, under Benedicto Kiwanuka, began to campaign for the support of other southern Bantu-speaking tribes in southern Uganda. The DP managed to become Uganda's first national political party. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button so that you don't miss your daily information on Uganda. Let me be very clear and let's get started. Democratic Party, DP, is one of the largest and long-serving political party in Uganda. But we have one problem with those elites who ever joined the political party that belong to the Democratic Party. They join it with different minds and different mindsets. Since independence, we have a sickness within the Democratic Party. That is a sickness of crossing over when you smell muchomo next door. This sickness, the syndrome of crossing over, started a long time ago when we got independence. A lot of Democratic Party leaders crossed over to Uganda People's Congress. And that is when the saga, the dance, the crossover syndrome, the crossover sickness hit the party so hard that it has lost its values and norm. We had leaders like Benedicto Kiwanuka, like 𝐷𝙆𝙘𝙆𝙘𝙧, like 𝐃𝐞𝐦𝐴TUOMA, leaders who steered the Democratic Party without crossing over. They were men of principle. They were men who joined the Democratic Party for what it is. And they kept it for what it is. And they made it what it is. But you see a lot of our leaders within the Democratic Party. And why? I call them a party that keep trading places, a crossover people. If you look at what is happening today, if you look when Forum for Democratic Change came into power, how many people crossed over from Uganda People's Congress to Forum for Democratic Change, from the Democratic Party to the Forum for Democratic Change? They move. They keep smelling where there's moto, a nice smell. They move down. And the same people keep moving from one place to the other. They keep crossing over because their aim and what they want is only money. It's not the interest of the party. They are the one who supported dictatorship. They are the one who were part of dictatorship. They built up dictatorship. And it is now proving very difficult to dislodge that dictatorship they created. And crossing over syndrome is not stopping. We have seen with the NUP the National Unity Party. When it came to existence, these same people who liked the smell of moto at the neighbor's house were very fast to cross over. They left the DP, they left the UPC, they left the FDC. They are crossing over like prostitutes without borders. And this is what we call leaders. We have a problem. We have a problem with our mindset. As I heard from a brother a few hours ago, he was telling Ugandans that you created dictatorship and now you're crying. You want someone from outside to come and help you. Believe me, that is not going to happen. You want America to come and help you. That is not going to happen. You want the European Union to come and help you. It is not going to happen. You want somebody from outside to come and help you. That is not going to happen. I keep on saying, God help those who help themselves. We created the mess. Let's clear the mess ourselves as Ugandans. Don't lie to yourself that somebody from outside is coming to save you. We are embarking on a long walk to freedom. It is not easy. Any sacrifice is not easy. You created dictatorship. Some of you from the Democratic Party, from the UPC, from FDC, you created the Constitution that allowed a dictator to cling to power. But you are not our problem at the moment. Our problem is how to get rid of dictatorship, on how to hold on to a long walk to freedom. You see, this crossing over syndrome is not going to stop. It will continue. But that is a matter for later. You see, when NRM went to the bush, they said they were fighting for freedom. But Ugandans today are saying, we are not going to the bush. We will be on the streets. Let me tell you, Ugandans will be on the streets. We are not going to the bush. We'll be on the same street you are in. And continue with a long walk to freedom. If you look at Democratic Party, was the third political force in Uganda. But today it has dropped. Like Uganda People's Congress, they are losing leaders, they are losing people, they are not winning an election at all. Maybe it is time they have to start reorganizing the party so that it can attract people of principles, not the crossover syndrome member of parliament. We all know that when you look back before independence, we had Uganda National Congress that was formed in 1952, was led by another Muganda, Musazi. Looking back at the DP and UPC, the two parties had different identities. DP was representing the interests of the Catholic Church, who had been discriminated against its supporters since the Battle of Wangoo in 1892. The UPC, on the other hand, represented the interests of non-Bugandans who had been dominated by the Kingdom of Buganda since 1600. The first election in Uganda before independence saw the Democratic Party as the largest party in Uganda. Both of them decided to play a game of chess by forming an alliance of convenience with the Kabaka Yaka, and he became the prime minister, promising to respect Kabaka's status in Buganda. That alliance did not last long. President Kabaka had a conflict with one another. Obote became the president. Kabaka fled into exile. And Kabaka Yaka party was banned. Benedicto Kiwanuka of the Democratic Party was imprisoned. In the late 1950s, few political parties emerged in most African population. And all of them concentrated on achieving self-government and legislative council. The Kingdom of Buganda was also pressing for independence from Uganda, which raised the question of the protection status. It raised a question discouraging London. Now, in 1961, a discussion was held in London that led to internal self-government in March 1962. Benedicto Kiwanuka, a Roman Catholic Uganda, who was formerly chief minister, became the first prime minister. But in election of April 1962, he was displaced by Dr. Apollo Milton Obote, who headed the Uganda People's Congress. Another discussion took place in London in June 1962. It was agreed that Buganda should receive a wide degree of autonomy within a federal relationship. In 1980, 𝙏𝙝𝙖𝙣𝙠 𝙔𝙤𝙪 assumed leadership of the party after a long break in political activities in Uganda. He was re-elected in 1984 after a challenge from 𝙁𝙤𝙖𝙑. In response to Atuoma's unsuccessful challenge, he decided to establish the National Liberal Party alongside former Minister Anton Okyaya, Carter Joseph Wangoo, and Francis Bwenge. The new party was eventually reintegrated within the Democratic Party. When M7 came to power, he was able to outflank any support the DP retained in Buganda by allowing the Kabaka's son to return and be crowned as a ceremonial king. The DP performed so badly in the election of 2006. I fear that the two main political parties that saw us attain independence might never gain back the power they had before. They might not. The Uganda politics is strange indeed. We can insult one another. We can cross over and over. But when darkness is around us, we run around begging one another for favor. Not long ago, I saw the president of Uganda in one of his messages to Ugandans, claiming that those Bagandans who live in central Uganda are all Banyarwanda. Then I keep asking myself, where are the Bagandas? Where did the Baganda go? Even all central Uganda, only Banyarwanda are living there. Then I don't know where they have gone. Are they still alive? Are they replaced by the Banyarwanda? That is a very interesting development. And to those politicians who keep crossing over, we will deal with you later. Let's now work together and support a long walk to freedom. Don't let our kids be kidnapped, killed, tortured for nothing. Don't allow dictatorship to divide us as Ugandans. It is time to say we have helped a lot of people before. Now we are going to help ourselves as Ugandans. Thank you for listening. And remember, I will be back.